Welcome to the Everyday Black Man Podcast, a podcast for authentic black male thoughts. I am Riker, and I'm joined by Armstead.
That's me.
As well as R. Reed, a.k.a. Burning Cinnamon.
He on the phone.
We have a special guest today.
The
special guest is Julio.
What up?
All right, Julio, we're hearing you in the building. So, people.
That means it was good.
Yes, that does mean that it was good. But we're going to go into a segment I like to call Top Hats. And we're going to talk about Hurricane Michael. So if you don't know, a.k.a. we're in southeast United States. We had a hurricane that wrecked parts of Florida that we are kind of okay with, like Mexican Beach and Panama City.
I like Panama City, bro.
I like Panama City.
Well, there's no more Panama City.
Okay.
That shit's fucked up.
Panama City is gone.
You seen it, bro.
Have you seen the devastation? It's gone.
A vacation there next summer is going to be cheap
So
as fuck.
cheap.
It's probably going to be like one hotel you can go to.
There's not even going to be any Airbnbs because all those houses were
A
destroyed.
lot of them were.
And that's the part that's really
They
fucked
already
up.
talking about FEMA, though.
Oh, and that's the thing I wanted to highlight. FEMA isn't there. They're like, if you applied for it, you can have it. We're still assessing. Niggas is dying of thirst and hunger. Not literally dying, because those people are already dead. But they're literally dying of thirst and hunger. Like now, like the police department is starting to pair up with people to give them struggle meals. Dang. And you know it's bad when the police department is like, look, niggas, we got your back in this.
So, do you guys really believe that FEMA is there to help people or just receive funding?
Oh, a little bit of both.
We going into conspiracy theory. Okay, all right. I see. I like where we're going with this. I don't feel that FEMA does their job properly because anyone who saw how they responded to Hurricane Katrina is like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't think they do it.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rico's another
I
one.
don't think they do it well in places of color.
Yeah.
Because New York actually got help pretty fast when they had they had a thunderstorm. Right, whatever it was.
Well, I mean, that was a thunderstorm. Like,
Nothing too extreme.
the Thames get a little too wet.
Oh, man, when the Timbs get too wet, you know shit is going down. Oh, no, not my Timbs. B, not my Timbs. But
I'm sorry, that dropped away from the hurricane. But, yeah, man, it's a very interesting situation down there because we'll see what happenens. But it's been a week. They should have been down there, at least physically.
They should have been done with the assessment because the hurricane was gone as of like Thursday
It was only
evening.
there for like one day. It was in and out. And
Yeah,
came
it was
up
in
I
and
there.
out.
feel like sometimes when you know stuff is coming, like we can pretty much predict the weather and when what's coming
Hey,
and
man.
when what's what.
So, you with heart?
What I'm saying is, I mean, with heart, but I feel like, okay, y'all knew that.
I can't predict the weather.
I can't predict the weather.
The
but
weatherman says it's going to rain, but now we sitting in the drop top soaking wet.
in Sue trying not to sweat.
1-9.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. We knew the hurricane was coming, right?
I know what
Yes.
harp is.
Right. So, you know what harp is.
Harp, what is harp?
Harp is the thing with the people with the
weather.
that knows about the weather and stuff.
What they do with it?
They basically predict what's coming.
I don't know.
I believe so.
Okay. Hey, he could be wrong, but he
Okay.
doubts it.
Even if you go with the predicting of the weather and then the controlling of the weather, why aren't they already ready?
Why aren't they already
Right.
ready? Because FEMA don't get ready for shit.
For example, in Chicago, when the snow is coming, after it don't finish snows, they already got the snow trucks out there.
Yeah,
plowing.
but that's DOT.
still. Like,
But that's DOT.
not that's
DOT actually is effective. So what we need to get at is effective government departments versus ineffective ones. The Department of Immigration, really, really, really ineffective.
Ice.
The Department of ICE, very effective at pulling niggas from where they live.
Ice, man.
ICE is good at their job. The Department of Immigration, no, they're not good at all. They have those same applications that they've had forever. Now, what I'll give them is that they are underfunded compared to ICE, which got all the guap and then some more.
Didn't something like that happen to Texas at one point in time? Was it Texas?
Yeah, they had something a couple years ago that hit, it was it Houston or no?
Well, yeah. Hurricane, was it Harvey?
Well, that was a long
I was supposed to go
It
down
was
there
last
for
year,
FEMA.
actually, right?
No, I thought it was.
That
2000.
that was 2 years ago.
That was 2
I
years
thought it was
ago.
2016 because it literally came right after a few of our friends and I traveled to Houston. And then we left, and then boom, it hit right after that.
Yeah, I remember that. I was supposed to go down there for that FEMA, but then they told me, you got to be able to support yourself for 6 months before they pay you.
That's not how.
That's not how pay works. They didn't understand that.
Actually, no. So, R. Reed, you're right. It was August of 2017. That was when Hurricane Harvey hit.
The only reason I think it was last year because I remember J.J. Watt was getting all this credit, and I was just like, hold on, that's not football related.
Well, but
that's not football related.
No, you're right, but you're also right in that was the one that hit Houston. Was Hurricane Harvey? It was 2017. That was when we did the whole thing about the pastor being a piece of shit. Fuck you, Mr. Shiny Teeth. Olstein, yes. Yeah, Joel Olstein. Joel, I don't want to open my church even though it's supposed to be the refuge for the poor, the sick, the downtrodden.
Damn.
That Olstein.
And that's when I stopped giving money to him.
Well, I mean, I would have stopped giving money to him a little before then, but hey.
You know, the little books and DVDs they'll send to the house, man. You know, it did get sort of overwhelming.
I did. Well, no, he was. I'll give him this. He's a great orator. He's a great orator. We'll go with orator.
It's like Obama, but white.
Yes.
And him is an Asian dude. I never thought I'd listen to an Asian person talk so long.
Until you heard that man speak. And you're just like, boy, you actually can say some shit that I actually care about.
Yeah, but I think we could go into this on another day. We're going to go into the problem with the mega church.
Going ahead with our conspiracy from earlier. What do y'all think about this black identity extremist bullshit?
Oh, is that real?
So, yes. So, the first person to be charged with that was Rakeem Bologun. He basically renamed himself from his previous white slave name. But he was held...
Were his parents black?
Yeah, he's black.
How does he have a white slave name if his parents gave him?
Because they gave him a white slave name. And then he renamed himself Rakeem Bologun. Basically, he was raided by the FBI 2 years ago. And he was held without bond for 2 years. He basically had been on a FBI watch list for a long period of time because he had a place called Guerrilla Mainframe, which they basically train the community how to use weapons, how to support themselves.
Let's pause real quick. Don't they got like 20 of those organizations in Georgia right now?
For some reason, they target his ass, though.
Yeah.
They really did target him. Because the reason that his thing blew up is because he was protesting and then InfoWars caught it. And then you know who listened to InfoWars back then? Trump. So that's where a lot of people are like, so y'all saying y'all raided this man out of the blue, like in the middle of the night because he was suspicious, but you had been watching him for longer than his suspicious time, and you'd seen that he hadn't done anything, so...
But there's a whole bunch of white militant groups in the South like that, so are they going to raid them as well?
Nope.
You know the fuck they not.
All right, then. I hope. So how's this case going so far? I saw it, but I didn't think it was a
Well,
real
no, so
story.
he got out.
Oh, okay.
Because they eventually had to release him.
When did they get him out?
He got out I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I didn't think that was a real thing. I was like, that was a real story. I saw it. And in fact, it came up on my iPhone as a feed. We do not support Apple unless they pay us. It came up on my phone, and I was just like, it wasn't real.
On your smartphone?
On my smartphone.
On your super smartphone?
The new camera, though, dog. It does portrait mode on the front camera.
Oh, yeah. His white name was Christopher Daniels.
That is kind of white.
Yeah, that's...
super white.
That's a Harvard name right there.
It is. But, yeah, he got out. He's basically been trying to rebuild his life. Because he lost his job. He lost all his fun stuff. They sullied his good name, terrorized his child who was in the house with him when they raided it.
Or his son.
Yeah, his son is like...
They don't created a monster. Never terrorize a son.
They did. They did.
You never know what he's going to turn into.
I seen how you did my
Speaking
dad.
Of kids, let's take me to this next story. That white lady who called the police on that 9-year-old when his book bag brushed against her butt.
No.
Fuck Bookbag Becky.
Is that her name?
No, that's what I'm calling her. I'm calling her Bookbag Becky. Because, that was some fucking bullshit. Like, he was trying to get past you, and he had a book bag because he's a fucking child. So he tried to get past you in a way that is least offensive. He didn't try to, hey, sexy ladies past you like this with his legs open or some weird shit. He tried to walk the way that you do walk with a book bag, which is let me try to do the least amount of damage. He didn't want to knock everything off the shelf. And what did that racist white lady do? Call the cop. White people, police are not your fucking I'm uncomfortable situation.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
He started screaming for his daddy. That means he had one, which is good. He was with his mom. It looks like his little sister. She better be glad she caught the white black woman, because the other black woman, any other black woman would have
beat that ass.
I mean, I would have. If that was me, I wouldn't care, man. I'd have slapped that bitch.
Did you hear about the little black kid who knocked on his man's door asking for directions?
Oh,
no, we've all seen the video now, though.
What? Yeah, the video.
Yeah, the video came out this week, and everybody looked at it.
He knocked on the door.
He's asking for directions, and the white guy...
He didn't even get to ask shit, I guess, because the nigga just came to the door with a gun and just started shooting.
He shot the boy?
No, he did shoot at the boy.
He shot at him.
He shot at him with a
that
shotgun.
Nigga started dipping. Man, I wish a nigga would shoot at my son. I'm coming back to that nigga house.
Done deal.
I'm like, we go call the police here afterwards.
I'm gonna come back.
They gave him some kind of. They didn't even give him attempted murder. It was something else, right? It was
they gave him some bullshit white people.
Yeah, it should have been attempted murder because
that was attempted murder. Like because even after he saw the boy ran off, he pauses, looks at the kid,
because he
and
didn't
fires.
shoot before he ran. The dude was running.
The boy was running.
He was out of the
boy when he saw the guy come. If you see somebody come to the door with a fucking shotgun, you gonna stand there and try to have a polite conversation? What the fuck? No, you dipping the fuck out of there. That's what he did. And then the white guy steps out, looks, aims, shoots.
It also looked like
the videos up.
Yeah, because he's the one who recorded it. It's on his security camera. He tried to bring it as a way to vindicate himself. Fucking dumbass. But I'm glad that you're dumb. Please, white people, be dumb. But he tried to bring it as a way to vindicate himself, as if it was something where it's like, guys, it was completely justified. I mean, the animal came and knocked on my door. It's like, first and foremost, why did you just try to sneak that in there? Because you couldn't say nigger. You wanted to use animal.
Exactly.
And yeah, Jehovah Witness terrorized the fuck out of every neighborhood. They ignore solicitation. They're like
they get away with it every day.
They get away with that shit all the fucking time. Reed over here dying.
I got my reasons.
What happened? All right, we'll talk about it off pod.
You in the house of a witness.
Also true. Continuing on. See that face, nigga? Getting in entertainment.
That nigga ain't never knocked on nobody though.
We gonna talk about Venom.
Never knocked on nobody.
I know we're a little late talking about this subject.
What?
But what did you think of Venom? Panel of esteemed.
I looked at the reviews, bruh, and I see what they talking about, but fuck them.
What?
I looked at the reviews and I told them that they can fuck themselves.
What they say is the dialogue is kind of clunky, but Tom Hardy's such a good actor, he pulled it off. The action scenes are overproduced, which I've never seen them say that about anything with the Avengers or
overproduced.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know how it's overproduced.
I don't know what that means.
There's literally one long chase scene. There's one fight scene before that.
It starts slow.
Yeah, exactly. It's a slow burn. So I don't know how it's overly produced. Even the initial opening, the first minute, spoilers, doesn't really have an action sequence. It's mostly just, oh shit, it's the thing. The thing.
It reminds me of another movie that came out recently. I'm trying to think. And somebody said it. I was like, oh, I can see that. I got to think about it, though.
You can think about it. But I thought, in my opinion, someone who's seen the movie twice now, I saw it once in Dolby and once in a nice regular theater as well. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it's enough action to where you're satisfied. It's enough of a story to where it doesn't feel too stupid. And it's got enough jokes to where black people will laugh, white people will laugh, and everybody can go home, kind of happy. The only losers in this whole scenario is the fact that it did have a point about homelessness in San Francisco that kind of goes, yeah.
Your initial reaction was Iron Man. I remember that.
Yeah, that's my initial reaction. It's like Iron Man. It's the beginning of the Venomverse. I don't know what people expect. Now, I do admit, as I told you earlier, R. Reed, when we talked about this beforehand, off pod, that they're kind of writing themselves into a corner with starting off with Riot. If they start off with a slightly
Riot's
weaker,
not that important.
I know Riot's not the most important one, but I'm saying if they start off with a slightly weaker foe, then,
He's literally been in comic books 4 times, they say.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Riot. He's only been in comic books like 4
But
times.
they made him super powerful now.
He was always stronger than Venom, though. Cause,
no. They made him he's like team leader. So they made this nigga strong as fuck. Carnage is going to have to be blowing buildings up with his fucking feet. Because at this point in time, you've done power scaling.
I honestly think that it would have been better as a rated R movie.
Well, we'll see what the rated R unreleased cut thing does. But you're right. I think it did better as a rated R movie. Because all the scenes where people's head gets bit off, I want to see the head get bit.
And stack them in a corner. That was dark, bro.
1 pile bodies, 1 pile corner.
It would have been
1
better.
pile heads.
It would have been better if it was rated R. Because it's just, you could tell.
Well, you could tell that they reshot that scene. Because you could tell that the fact that he's asking him about 1 pile of bodies and 1 pile of heads means that in the original one, he does do a pile of bodies and a pile of heads. And by you mentioning it, now I want to see it. Maybe the person with their 13-year-old here, but fuck that kid. I want to see this shit.
I think they're going to fuck up if they do 3 movies. He signed up for 2 more movies, they say. So that would be a trinity of sorts. So I guess Carnage is next. My guess is they're going to try to do Scream after that. And I wish they wouldn't go Scream. Scream is the female symbiote.